talking to the rollers. Win. Diamond ring. Win. Kiss stealer. Woo. Wheeler dealer. Limousine light. Jet flying. Son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo. They call me Hot Rod. Everybody knows it. I don't have to say what I am, because I've done it. That's the difference between you and me. You talk about it, I do it.
You will know that your ass is mine, and that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Welcome to the Eastside Dave and Son West Side Show.
Excellent. One of your best introductions you've ever done. Stanley Mack. Give him a round of applause. And yeah, that's right. It's the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show coming at you live after King of the Ring. Oh, excuse me. King and Queen of the Ring. Excuse me, dogs. If you're going to play, could you play away from us? Could you play away from us, please? King and Queen of the Ring, Saudi Arabia, Jeddah. Hey! That's enough. Jeddah. My name is Dave Mack. Eastside Dave is what they call me. But I can't do this show alone. It's the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show, and the Son component. Put them together for Stanley Mack, the babyface of babyfaces.
Ever seen a babyface clap for themselves?
No, but I mean, you don't tell the radio and podcasting listening audience that you're clapping for yourself. That's theater of the mind. They think we're doing this in front of 45 people in my house. That would be great. Imagine if one day we decided to have a live studio audience. We should do that. See if anyone's interested. Let's see. I'm checking the emails right now. Not interested. We're getting a lot of emails, but everyone is just writing not interested in coming to our show. It would be a fantastic live, entertainment experience, folks. You'd see two people in their pajamas just shouting at their computer. Dogs wrestling. That's really all we can provide. Maybe I'll give you like a snack, like a couple pretzel rods and a would you like a Pepsi or a ginger ale? I got that in the fridge right now. Outside of that, I can't really promise the live studio audience much more than that. You might get some pretzel rods and some soda. But listen, how are things going, Stanley Mack? Stanley Mack, you just recently went to Disney. Disney World, Disneyland.
Disney Wood.
And thoughts and reviews.
It was good.
Just in case you remembered, King of the Ring had like 5 matches, so I'm gonna need you to stretch. I'm gonna need you to elaborate a little bit on some of these answers. So not just the typical teenager. It was good. Thank you. The highlights, best rides. Yes, give us
Haunted
something.
Mansion, Star Wars Wood.
Haunted Mansion,
Star Wars
still
Wood.
great after all these years.
Star Wars Wood.
Star Wars World. Dude,
Not including Star Tours.
What ride did you go on in Star Wars World? The Resistance?
Well, I went on both, Falcon and Resistance.
Those are good. That Rise of Resistance is something else. I love the Falcon ride, too. Absolutely love it. You were saying there were no lines at the Falcon ride.
Yeah, wasn't the Falcon was not doing too well.
What do you mean it's not doing too well? What are you talking about? The Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
Well, it's never doing well. It's always falling apart. People always call it a hunk of junk. Space trash. That's what that ship is. It's like a 1985 El Dorado.
Yeah, but the ride, I mean.
How are you saying it's not doing too good? Why?
I mean, I think I just don't think. I feel like once you've done it with all, it does. I don't really know because it does have like the Wii doability.
So the Falcon ride, we gotta explain it. You can get in the Millennium Falcon, and then you could be the pilot, co-pilot, engineer, and gunner.
Yep, that's
the thing. No one wants to be the engineer. And then they assign these things.
But you can ask.
Oh, you can ask.
You can ask.
And if you ask, do you get listened to?
You get, yeah. They'll be, okay, here you go.
Oh. Oh, well, then people, they got to make that clear because I think everyone's avoiding the ride now because no one wants to be the engineer. You're just sitting there like C-3PO doing God all knows what.
The pilot.
They didn't need an engineer with the Falcon. You had Han and Chewie. You want to be sitting in the front two seats. That's the thing. Once you get away from... Now, Gunner, all right, that is cool because you're shooting all the ships. So that's kind of a little Luke Skywalker in the first one. So that's fair. But engineer, I never saw one engineer on the Millennium Falcon. That's Scotty from Star Trek, my friend.
There was a scene, wasn't there?
Scotty's the engineer.
I remember there was a scene.
Imagine if Scotty was a part of the Millennium Falcon crew. Hold me, boy, you're going too fast. Chewbacca, slow it down. You're gonna burn out the system. Scotty's always yelling at Chewie and Han to slow it down. They're gonna have a burnout. That would be constant. Han would hate Scotty. After like 25 minutes, I think Scotty would be floating outside the Millennium Falcon as Han and Chewie threw him out there to die a very cold, miserable space death where you're just floating in space.
I don't know who Scotty is.
Scotty, Star Trek?
No, well, I think you showed me one. You showed me one.
I showed you the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie. Did you like that?
That was good.
We should have watched the second one. Felt like though you and Juliana weren't the buzz wasn't there. The parental figure always knows when the buzz is there or buzz isn't there. I'm like, you know what? Forget it. They don't like Star Trek. They're Star Wars people. I can't blame them. Star Wars is superior, but I like Star Trek. Here's the deal. I like the Star Trek movies. Was never a big TV show. Any era, by the way. That's not just the Captain Kirk, William Shatner stuff. That's the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, whatever the hell it is. All right, listen. This is the Eastside Davidson Wrestling Show. It's time we talk a little bit about the Squared Circle, about what went down there in King and Queen of the Ring in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. That's the one thing, though, bringing it back to Star Wars. There was a planet named Jeddah. That was in Rogue One. The planet with the, where it was like a Jedi, like, statue or monolith that had crashed on the ground. All the Forrest Whitaker stuff takes place on the planet Jeddah. So there you go. There's our connection to Star. I knew there was some kind of connection. It was the Jeddah connection. Anyway, it was in Saudi Arabia. I feel like these shows are getting a little bit better in terms of crowd because when they first started doing the Saudi Arabia tours, do you remember? There were like these huge lounge chairs, like on the floor section for all the rich Saudi Arabian, princes and businessmen and oil tycoons, where all those guys sat, and they could care less. And then their kids were there, but so the kids would get up and walk around. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was in the first couple of things. It was just the whole floor section was all rich people, and because they're rich, they didn't care, and or sometimes weren't even in the seats. They would just get up and be like, okay, I've seen enough. So yeah, at least they have regular fans in the floor section now. That actually helps. Saudi Arabian fans did seem pretty excited. And this continues. The crowd overseas being nuts, right? We're seeing it everywhere now. Seen it in Australia, seen it in France, seen it in Scotland. Seen it Puerto Rico, seen it in Saudi Arabia. Puerto Rico's
American.
It's American territory, but it is over the sea, isn't it? Technically, it's not on mainland, is it? Is it? Is it?
It is not.
Is it? Where is what state is Puerto Rico closest to? For 5 points.
I don't know.
You don't know. Just give me a state. There's 50.
I'll go New Jersey.
New Jersey. Puerto Rico. Close. Chicago. Not even a state. This is getting worse. Illinois would be the state. Chicago. Florida. All right. Although someone's going to probably write in and be like, well, technically it's in. Listen, come on, stop it. It's right. It's south of Florida, by Cuba and all that guy. All right, listen. Let's get into it. We're going to do the pre-show match because this was a short event. And we like the pre-show match.
By the way,
their kickoff match.
By the way, I've noticed this when I've been watching wrestling. Every single time someone gets injured, they're always in a swing. they're always in a swing. Even if it's the like foot that's injured, they're always in a swing. I had to make that.
They're always in a sling?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the sling looks good. The classic things are the sling, the neck brace, and the crutches. If you can do all three, then you've been seriously banged up. So in that pre-show match, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, your WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, took on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. And no surprise, they were not going to have Bianca and Jade go out there and lose. But I thought they looked very good. I think that the Bianca Jade thing, I believe, has worked very, very well. This has been one of those, hey, have the young person learn from the veteran and get the little shine. But this one has worked well. And let's do this going down the line. Because you know that all these things always just have that Mega Powers type of feel. Who is going to be the heel?
It's gonna be Bianca. Bianca.
Yeah. Now, why do you say Bianca? Because I've always seen her as the female Cena. Very, very popular with the kids.
Well,
she's a merch machine.
She does so much.
And is popular with the kids. When you're popular with the families, it's hard to take you away from that number one spot. Because I mean, come on, you bring tons of eyeballs because it's not just like it's the little kids and the parents. Anyway, go ahead.
They bring even more eyeballs though when they turn.
All right, well, tell me why you think it should be Bianca, not Jade.
Because I think that like Bianca she's been a phase for a while. Her thing's gonna get stale. It's her whole thing.
Cena never turned.
I know, but
I just
Cena,
gave you that analogy.
But Bianca, it's not even the boo Bianca. Yay, Bianca! It's Bianca. I feel like it's gonna get Bianca your stale. I'm more of just your style.
Oh, man.
Cena was never stale, though. Because the crowd would always erupt. I think that we're going to go down the road where the crowd's going to stop cheering or booing for Bianca.
Wow.
I think, if she doesn't.
So the Stanley Mack prediction is a controversial one. Because I almost see them sticking with Bianca, like I said, as the baby face for a long time. Maybe forever. And Jade is bigger. So that could, also be a reason why it would be good for her to turn. But I'm very interested to see who turns on who down the road. But I don't think I would even do it until WrestleMania season. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any reason to rush it and do it at SummerSlam. Do you?
No.
I'd keep this going for a while because actually this, in and of itself, is actually working. So I think I'd just keep this going. All right, let's get into it. Here are all the matches. First of all, we've got Liv Morgan defeating Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. Stanley.
What accent is this?
I don't know. I mean, it's certainly not Saudi Arabian. It's closer to Scottish.
Yeah.
I was trying to put on some sort of foreign accent, and I take full responsibility for the failure. I apologize. And I won't be doing that again. Okay? No more foreign accents.
Anyway, Stanley, can you give me Hooker Ween Liv Morgan or Becky Lynch, please? Thank you, sir.
I'm going to predict Liv Morgan.
Now, are you trying to do... No, who won? We're not predicting. We're giving a recap. This is a recap show. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so what do you think? Liv, new champ? Talk.
I think Liv was probably the right call. It's just, I do wonder why they didn't give her the win at the Battle Royale, just because I thought that was going to then become a story about she keeps on coming up short. Right. Now she just won at Clown. So now it's like, well, there goes that whole story, you know?
Interesting. Yeah. Maybe, interesting. They might have realized, you know what? It seemed like the crowd actually did want Liv. In that, what was that? Oh, yeah, the Battle Royal. It seemed like the crowd was rooting for her. So I think that's why. But, yeah, all right, that makes sense. I think that they made the right call here. The interesting thing about this was Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, who we know is now a nefarious character. And it looked like he told Liv before the match, I'm going to make sure you do not win the Women's World Championship because you, Liv Morgan, injured Rhea Ripley. And then he goes out there. He has a chair. It looked like he tried to slide it to Becky, but it backfired. Becky didn't get it. Sure, she didn't want it. And then Liv got Becky, was able to do a move with Becky onto the chair, and then that's how Liv won. Dominic inadvertently helping Liv, not hurting her. Question. He healed her. Well, Dominic's already a heel, but what we're saying is backstab on Rhea.
Yeah.
Do we think this is leading to a Dominic backstabbing Rhea and thus Rhea babyface because
he
she's
did
going to
it
be
intentional?
And you think that when Rhea comes back, by the way, Rhea was already getting babyface pops. People are cheering for her. So when she comes back from a long layoff,
It'll be a mega babyface.
Mega babyface, right? And this is a way to get Liv heel and Dominic continue his great heel run by screwing over Mommy. See? You think that's where we're going here? You talk.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going. I definitely think Rhea is about to be. This is probably going to be the number one babyface for the female. I think in all of WWE, I think Rhea is about to be.
No question about it. Then we had the Intercontinental match, which was a triple threat match, and we're talking about Sami Zayn defeating Chad Gable and Bronson Reed by pinfall. And another really, really good match. And Chad had it.
And,
Sort of took his eye off the prize. He had Otis. All Otis had to do was stick to the plan.
Well, he didn't take his eyes off the prize. Otis did.
Otis, you needed to stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, stupid. Damn, Otis. All you had to do was stick to the plan.
Maybe Gable was right. Maybe he does chain a bunch of losers.
I think we are going to have one of the more surprising big-time feuds with Otis and versus Chad.
I'm nervous about it.
I feel like the crowd wants it. Is liking it.
Obviously, Otis is going to turn face.
Oh, yeah.
I'm nervous about what they're going to do after. Because the last time something happened with an Otis turn was Tucker. That didn't exactly go do well.
I mean, they just have to understand that Otis is liked. He is. He's got the charisma. I don't know how, but he really does. He's got the charisma thing. He's got the likability. He's got the watchability factor. And this whole thing is working. Otis plays his part very, very well. You know that? Yeah. And this is the best we've seen Gable. Thank God. We got away from Shorty G in the basketball outfit. Now this guy dresses
and
to the
suits.
nines. It's just awful. Shorty G. First of all, Heavy Machinery was over. I mean, that's Otis and Tucker's thing, as you said, but I don't know why they never were made world champions. Chad Gable was great with Benjamin Shelton. Shelton Benjamin, excuse me.
Opposite.
And I'm just happy for both of these guys. I actually really like Chad Gable a lot. I mean, he is sensational in the ring. And did you notice they were doing the "You Suck" Kurt Angle chants?
Yeah, they did that in Raw too. I think that's good.
That's very good. That's very good for Chad Gable. No one has told anyone to do that. They're just, the song is not exact, but it is reminiscent of Kurt Angle's song. And just like Kurt Angle, he's an Olympian. He's a great, great, great in-ring wrestler in real life. So it makes sense.
I don't know. It doesn't work though for the song.
It does. They had it timed. It's just the timing was different than the Kurt Angle, which had the perfect spot of bum bum. Yeah. This one was just different, but they were doing it. They were doing it on time. I liked it. I was happy. As for Sami Zayn, I don't know where does Sami go from here. Is he done feuding with Gable?
Yeah, I feel like. Then again, where does Sami go from here?
I think I keep him going with Gable. And
that actually
Gable beats Sami without the use of the big boy Otis. Then we have an Otis Chad little feud Intercontinental champion.
Do you see Sami beating? Do you see Gable beating Sami clean? I could see him beating him.
Some kind of cheating job. Some kind of cheating job for sure. Okay. Now, Queen of the Ring tournament ended with Nia Jax defeating... I can't even say her name.
Lila Valkyria. It's not that difficult.
What is it?
Lila Valkyria. It is not that difficult to pronounce.
Lola Valkyrie? Say it again. How do you do it?
Lila Valkyria. I've been to
Lilo Velociraptor.
I've been to like speech on
I
my
am
L's
asking.
for like 6 years, and I can pronounce it.
Well, I had to go to speech therapy as well.
That's a fair
And
point.
yeah.
Lila Valkyria.
Lola Velociraptor. Is that what it is? Can I just tell, what's her name? Lyra Valkyria? Is that it?
You got it.
Lyra Valkyria.
There you go.
Holy cow. That's
hard.
hard to say. No, come on.
Come on.
It's got to roll off the tongue.
Hold on.
Lyra Valkyria.
Hold on.
It's impossible.
Hold on. Dakota Kai? Is
Dakota
that...
Kai is the easiest thing to say. Dakota Kai. There's not L's and Y's. L's and Y's and R's are a lot. And she's got a ton of L's and Y's and R's. Lyra Valkyria. It's impossible. That's impossible to say. Dakota Kai, that's easy to say. Maybe you're talking about how it's spelled. But Dakota Kai, Lyra Valkyria. Oh my God. Lilo and Stitch Volcano. That's what I call her. Anyway, I was happy to see Nia Jax win because I can't even pronounce the other lady's name.
I think...
Just change the Valkyria to Valkyrie.
No,
Even
because
if it's
she's
Lyra
known-
Valkyrie.
She's known from NXT as Valkyria.
Oh, God.
You want to be Vince McMahon? That's
You're
fine.
fired.
We can play the Vince game and that's what Vince would do. Vince would change her last
Here's what I'm
name.
gonna change her name to. Kellyanne Smith. She's from Ireland, right? I'm gonna call her Mary O'Donnell. Nice and simple for me.
That's the worst wrestling name
Nope,
I've ever heard.
that's her name.
Okay, well, it's
Mary
never
O'Donnell.
Well, it's not gonna happen.
What do you think about
Just
Nia
tr-
Jax? What do you think about Nia Jax?
Thank God Triple H is in charge, not you.
Thoughts and opinions.
I thought it was okay call. I mean, I'm happy that the NXT girl made it to the finals, but I think it was the right call to have Nia win in the end.
All right. One thing I'm going to say, I don't know, everyone's looking past it, so I guess I will too. But on that SmackDown, a couple SmackDowns ago, where Jade was, she got disqualified for hitting Nia in the head with the chair. And it's because Nia was going to hit her with the chair, and she blocked it. She did hit Jade in the face. All these WWE fans are kind of looking past it, and they're all like, Nia Jax is the best she's ever been. Nia Jax continues to be dangerous. I'm not saying she doesn't have in the personality department because I think she does. Another one, with the personality and the charisma, and she is funny. She's got to tighten up though her wrestling. I know that no one else saw it because the WWE shot around it and was deathly afraid. Watch Nia Jax's reaction when she hit when it was Jade was supposed to block that. She went in too hard. She ends up scraping or kind of hitting Jade in the face with the chair. She goes, "Oh!" Her eyes will leap out, and then instantly, there was blood on the right side of Jade's face, and you could see the blood on the hair. But they kept shooting Jade from the left side and never keying on the right side because they didn't want to show the blood because it wasn't supposed to happen. She hit her in the face with the chair. Anyway, I'm just pointing out. WWE fans gave her a pass. We don't do that here. Here, we calls you out. Is what we do's in his house. Nia Jax, tighten up. Can't be. They just got Jade. Biggest female acquisition you've gotten in the last 5 years. Okay, let's not be hitting Jade in the face with a chair. Thank you. Next one. King of the Ring tournament. Gunther defeats Randy Orton by pinfall. Talk to me.
I think this was the great call. Randy Orton did not need this in this stage of his career. There's no doubt about it. Gunther, so now it's either going to be Gunther versus Damian or Gunther versus Drew at SummerSlam. Most likely. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of some booking for you here.
Please.
I think, so with Gunther winning, it's going to be Damian beats Drew at Clash of the Castle, retains the world title. We're going to get Damian versus Gunther at SummerSlam. However, for Drew, on the other hand, SummerSlam, we get Drew versus CM Punk at SummerSlam.
Ooh, I like that.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I like all of it. I mean, Gunther's just tremendous. So is Randy. an absolute legend. How about that kickoff show yesterday? We made
What
the
an odd kickoff.
we made the odd decision to watch all 2 hours of it, and
We didn't
that
need
was the
to.
most hodgepodge, random. But how about that one segment where just Kayla and Randy Orton on a bench, looking at like nothing and just like chit chatting? There's really not a lot to that segment. It's like, hey, isn't this nice? Yeah, Kayla, it's really nice. I mean, there wasn't a lot there. It's kind of odd. Well, whatever. Okay, I mean, Randy's the best. And Gunther's unbelievable. That's all you can
Think
say.
that they made the right call here.
Yeah, I do. Next one. And this is it. Main event time. Cody Rhodes defeats Logan Paul to retain the WWE Undisputed World Championship.
Yeah.
Cody.
I mean, Cody, again, like Cody Rhodes is the number one guy. I really think it's unpredictable who's going to be the one to beat him. I don't think we're there yet, so I don't think we should think that of who's going to be the one yet, because
No, we're not there for a long time.
we're not there for a while. However,
Now, this is the one thing I was saying to you. You know, get Cody past SummerSlam, maybe even the Royal Rumble, and then Cody can lose the championship. I think Cody's a great champ, and I think he's handled himself wonderfully. His story was great. Everything was great. But, again, you know, Cody's really good at, you know, going for the championship. Doesn't necessarily even need to be the champion. That's all I'm saying. But I mean, right now, yes, Cody needs to be champ for a while. Only because of how big the storyline is. You can't have Cody going out there and losing anytime soon. And I think that even includes SummerSlam. Would you have in any way, shape, or form, have Cody lose in SummerSlam?
no.
No.
I
Too
think-
soon, right?
I think you would have him to have it to WrestleMania.
What about Logan Paul? Talk to me about him.
For Logan, I think it's different because it's a U.S. title, so that's kind of different, you know?
Well, I'm saying, what about Logan Paul in general? How has he been as a
how's
wrestler?
he been? Oh, Logan's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean,
He's phenomenal.
If you didn't watch him on YouTube or was he on? He was on the Disney Channel too.
Yeah, he was on the Disney
See,
Channel.
I didn't watch any of this stuff. This is hysterical. For me, Logan Paul is only a wrestler. I don't know him from any of this other nonsense. As a wrestler, Logan Paul is unbelievable.
As a big YouTube guy.
He's not just good with the moves. He's great in between moves, talking, selling, taunting the crowd, charisma.
My
God.
It's still weird for me because as a big YouTube person myself,
just-
I'm used to watching him hang out with Mr. Beast, not in a WWE ring. Still
Mr.
odd,
Beast, yeah.
you know?
I have no idea. Mr. Beast, you mean Brock Lesnar?
Yep.
He's being nice to Brock, so he calls
Exactly.
him Mr. Beast. Rather than the Beast, he's just like, hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Beast, Mr. Lesnar. Okay,
Yep.
I get it.
That's
But Logan Paul is unbelievable. And he's going to make a great, great WWE champion one day. And one day, maybe he's the guy to beat Cody. If it's not
could see
a
it.
Rock or somebody, you know.
I could see it.
See what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what, I think that like we're done for this rivalry for now. However, I feel like these two men will cross paths again.
They have to. It's too damn good. And here's the one thing I'm gonna say for Cody. Every feud and every match he's had so far since being champion has
They've all been good.
Has been good.
can't-
He's in a mini feud type of era right now until we get to another epic story. Could be The Rock, could be Bloodline, who we don't know. But you don't go from epic story to epic story. The audience does need a little break, and you need some mini feuds, and that's what we got going on. And between AJ and Cody, and what's his face, Logan, these have been perfect.
And now the one more question.
Yes, sir.
And that is, who do you think?
What the heck is this? I meant Elvis. That's not our closing song.
Who do you think?
We have the Miller's Crossing closing song.
Who do you?
The hell is Elvis?
Who do you think will beat Cody Rhodes at Clash of the Castle?
Oh, okay, here we go.
I mean, who do you think fights him at Clash of the Castle?
When is that?
June like 15th or something.
June 15th?
I'm assuming he'll be there. In Scotland.
Don't give him Drew.
It's
Or
not.
Sheamus.
It won't. The Wall guys. Drew is already been announced to fight Damian Priest. That has already been announced.
Woo! I don't know. Good question.
So we know Damian's match.
Could you go right away with a Tama Tonga?
You could.
Or somebody like that. I'm a fan of the New Bloodline, by the way. Oh, yeah, we haven't really talked New Bloodline. So let me just say this. Love it. I am shocked that I love it. But Solo Sikoa is great. I don't know how he got into this role so well.
It took
but
him a
he's
while.
great. And if you ever seen Scarface, I know you haven't, but I'm talking to the adults in the room right here.
Okay.
If Roman Reigns is absolute prime time Tony Montana, Scarface, in the mansion, in the hot tub, he's at his apex, he's at his zenith of ruling Miami, right? Then what I think Solo Sikoa is Tony Montana at the beginning of his movie, on the way up, establishing himself, trying to figure out the etiquette. And I love it. Love it. That's what this reminds me of. The beginning of Scarface. He's young.
But why would they do the
Tony
ending
Montana.
before the beginning?
Because they didn't need to, because Roman was already the man. So they didn't need to have an up-and-coming guy take over. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'll do it, bro. We're done. Don't know how Elvis tried to take over the closing song position, but I'm sorry, King. You know I'm a big fan. That's how
It's not very good for wrestling.
my fingers hit your song. But here's the point, King. Here's your point, King. Hey, King. Elvis, a song like "Love Me Tender" doesn't exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
This doesn't scream wrestling. Here, I'll play it again. Does this song scream wrestling? The heck?
Love me.
Elvis, you serious? Here's what you gotta do. If I had to do an Elvis song, here's what we're doing. Now we're dogging. Entering the ring, weighing a combined 305 pounds. It's the Eastside Davidson Wrestling Show.
That's not very heavy.
With Davey Mack and Stanley Mack. And I want all the people to put their phones in the air. And I guess you can't do the Firefly thing since that's already Bray.
Now
Ooh.
Jay's.
Oh, hold on, real quick. Uncle Howdy, quick. You can give us
code.
any Uncle Howdy stuff. And that's your obsession, so quickly.
There was a QR code. There was a QR code on Swall. I haven't really seen too much of it. Seen what the conversation.
And you're
had.
loving Uncle
I'm
Howdy.
loving
Tell
the Uncle Howdy.
the listening
I'm
audience.
loving this Uncle Howdy stuff.
You love Uncle Howdy and Bray, and I can't blame you. It's fun. It's fun. I love it. Can't wait for Bo Dallas. I am very excited to see Bo Dallas back. All right, I'll do it. Listen, folks, thank you for tuning in. We love you, and we'll see you next time for what's the next one? Clash of the Castle.
Clash at the Castle in Scotland.
We'll see you for Clash of the Castle in Scotland. For Stanley Mack, I'm Davey Mack. This has been the Eastside Davidson Wrestling Show. Good night.